The Khabib versus Conor McGregor weigh-in. Both of these guys look very, very sucked in. They look very, very dehydrated. You can look in Conor's, just look at his muscle tone. Look how dried out he is. And Khabib, he looked like he just a guy that has not been eating for the last 3, 4 days. Both of these guys have to suck down to make weight. I heard Khabib, he even walk around about 200 pounds. And I know Conor McGregor has to walk around about 180 himself, 185. And these guys should be fighting at 170. This is not healthy for fighters to look like this the day before a fight. The fight is tomorrow. It's not like the fight is 2, 3 days away where these guys can get proper nutrition and a proper hydration going on. But you can see in both of these guys' face they are very, very drained and very, very dehydrated. Now, Khabib weighed in at 155, and he's supposed to be the one to have trouble making weight. But what was striking is that Conor McGregor came in at 154 and a half, and Conor McGregor himself have a history of the weight not coming off that well, and the fact that he came in at 154 shows me that he probably overtrained, and that usually happens when a big fight happens, and both guys know that they're in a tough fight. They're in probably the toughest fight of their life, and one guy comes in and overtrain. I believe because Conor McGregor has been away from the UFC for 2 years. That's what people don't realize. He hasn't fought in the UFC for 2 years. So yes, he did fight Floyd Mayweather, but he has not competed in the UFC for 2 years. And I believe him not being in the UFC for 2 years and going through that weight cut that he has to go through for the UFC, he may have overtrained to try to even make weight to make sure that he doesn't miss weight. Because if you're a guy that has trouble making weight, you usually come in with the minimum weight. Like this fight is for the title, for the 155-pound title, and usually the fighter comes in at like 155. Either they come in at 155 or they come in overweight. They don't come in underweight the way Conor did. And that tells me that Conor is not going to be able to fight a 5-round fight. Not a 5-round fight with a wrestler, a grappler like Khabib. So I believe Conor is going to come out fast and strong and, try to end the fight in the first couple rounds. Because if this fight gets to the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, Conor McGregor can hang it up. You know what I'm saying? But Khabib said in his interview yesterday, and Conor was disrespectful when he was late, man. He was like 20, 30 minutes late. And I think that was strategic on Conor McGregor's behalf, because he knows that Khabib have trouble making weight. And that day before the weigh-in, usually that's your weight cut date. And that's what Khabib was saying on stage, that he has a schedule that he has to keep, because he has to make weight. He has to go do his weight cut. And I believe Conor McGregor knows that. He knew that. So he was strategically late for strategic reasons. But I thought it was disrespectful that he was 30 minutes late. But anyway, Conor McGregor showed up, with his wine bottle and all this. And I just think Conor McGregor is just off. Something about Conor McGregor is off. I believe Conor McGregor is not. I'm not saying he's scared of Khabib, but he knows Khabib is a serious, serious guy, and he's trying to take every measure to throw Khabib off his game, and berating him, his family in the press conferences, and bringing up things that he know personally about Khabib. I don't know whether they're true or not. I didn't explore them. I did not go and confirm things, but Conor McGregor, he usually talks a lot of trash, but it's something about this trash talk that was a little bit, to me, a little off. It was something up with it. But we'll see tomorrow, because I'm gonna look at the fight, man. I want to see this fight. I don't think I need to see the whole card, but I do want to see this fight, because I think this fight is going to be very interesting. Conor could knock Khabib out early, because I have seen some of Khabib fights, and he does leave himself open, for counters. And he comes in a little wild, a little open. I mean, he has a decent chin, but Conor McGregor can punch hard. But Khabib, he's a master grappler, man. So, his stories that he bring in sparring partners, he grapple all the sparring partners, like 4 or 5 sparring partners, until they are tired, and he goes to the next one, the next one, the next one, and he's still not tired. So we all know that he's in tremendous shape and he's ready to go. So Conor gonna have to knock this man out. In my opinion, that's the only way Conor's gonna be able to win. Khabib, he got a decent stand-up game, but I wouldn't advise him to stand up with Conor, that long. He understands that. He says that he's gonna take his time. He's not gonna rush in and try to just grab Conor right away. He said he's going to be very strategic, so we'll see tomorrow night when the fight happens. Let me know who y'all got. I got Khabib by, I'm going to say, 3rd or 4th round stoppage. 3rd round stoppage. I'm out.